just wanted to read the line on the loading screen.
Rise to the top or get left.
The Navigator sector, directly along the passageway. I pray to the God Emperor that we are not too late.
Yeah, the ship really seems to be falling apart. Also, this violet stuff kinda looks warpy.
Keep your wits about you.
Definitely is warpy.
And so, he will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
What is that supposed to mean? The one before you surrounds and gazes straight at you, her eyes glowing with otherworldly light. She's a Psyker, which you can see. They also often have those tubes, and you saw her channeling the purple warp stuff.
Master, watch your head. Idira! Would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Oh, it was about us. And so you will enter the halls of the blinded guide. Abelard the blinded guide? And witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate. Wow. Abelard grumbles as he dusts himself off and grips his weapon once again.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
Okay. She also seems a little bit unhinged.
This is Idira Tlass, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valensis. Idira?
Abelard looks up and down.
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the Imperium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
Interesting. Kind of like visions and... well, not dreams, but like... mystic abilities. The entity in your consciousness shrinks and crawls in deeper. It crawls scraping against the walls of your mind, as if the presence is trying to hide from the seer standing before you. Diviner, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud.
It's like a very dangerous business and very easy to get overwhelmed or corrupted. Idira nods, yet her gaze is directed somewhere away from you.
And you are von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Idira turns her head to you, her vacant eyes flaring like embers. Interesting. So far she just seems like a very interesting character. Here a few clicks from the relays on the server skull, which has followed you all the way here. Theodora's scrambled words give away to a voice vaguely familiar to you. Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are together on their officer's deck at once. I repeat, together on the officer's deck at once, and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The
Well,
other heir
Theodora.
lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Hey, so you survived.
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelstrad's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it! You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
So, Idira, what do you know who I am?
What? You think Lady Theodora didn't ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs?
Ah.
I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart.
I wonder how accurate that is. I mean, based on the first thing she said to us, it sounded kinda... well, with lots of room of interpretation. Otherwise, that's such a cool ability. This is why unsanctionized Psykers are dangerous. Oh true, she's unsanctionized. True. Also, the fact her conviction is heretical. He flinched at the seer's words. No doubt she's referring to the nightmares the torturers inflicted upon your body and mind. Your muscles contract involuntarily, as if steeling themselves once more with the inevitable pain. What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the Navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
That doesn't really sound promising.
What? You don't mean the Engineer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
Oh boy. We must see if the Navigator's well.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity.
Why does she sound like she's enjoying that? Anytime someone is talking to you in your head, it's not a good thing. Yeah, quite often.
But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a Navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Oh boy. Idira freezes. Then she slaps her cheeks, rubs her face, and looks at you. The supernatural glow is gone from her eyes. The smirk spreads across her lips. She sounds a little bit more sane now. Because I think she's mad, personally I really don't trust her. I mean, Rafa said that in the beginning. How much trust can there be in Warhammer? Seems like a very complicated topic. She seems really cool, but also very close to warp corruption so far, I gotta say. Nice, another character. And yeah, during the break I asked Alistair regarding the Psykers and what's the difference, what make them different in being sanctionized compared to unsanctionized Psykers, just as Idira. Such Psykers are soul-born to the Emperor, a psychic ritual that hardens their minds and souls against possession by the demonic entities of the warp. It is invariably those Psykers recruited as children are given further training to fill important positions in the Imperium as sanctionized Psykers. Generally, children are chosen from the black ships, giant prison ships that collect them throughout the galaxy. Oh gosh. and bring them to either to be sacrificed or to be trained. Gosh, so either soulbone to the Emperor or sacrifice to the Emperor. Sounds like a curse. Oh boy. But yeah, explains why Idira is so much more unstable than your usual Psyker. Hurry! Destroy this field! Don't keep our master waiting. With another fight at our hands, so first quick save.
I always have a backup plan.
The whispers are getting louder.
I will take you down.
It is both nice and also kind of sad that you can't sneak into battle, so it can't mess up. On the other hand, it's just walking into it. Abelard be in the front, Idira will also be in the back, and let's go.
Just a minor setback.
Abelard seems to be quite the fast boy.
Follow my lead.
Go.
At your beck and call.
What kind of attack of opportunity was that? Ah, it was just his turn. Idira's abilities. She can do very cool Psyker stuff, but the thing is, the more you do it, the higher the risk of wheel degradation is. So you have to always look here, like how bad it is. The nice thing is that it just jumps, at least this ability just jumps from person to person. But also it doesn't differentiate between friend or enemy. For you, we can... Ah, and she's also the operative one. What we can do is analyze enemies to do more damage. Yeah, we have those exploits. What does wheel degradation do? Normal stage, minor psychic powers have to trigger psychic phenomena. The wheel degradation is 15 or higher. Chances of triggering psychic phenomena quadruples. Psychic phenomena. You don't want to find out, I guess. Hologram. You can use the hologram, that's new, so I have to read it. You can use the hologram to gauge the effectiveness of your intended actions in combat before taking them. Click the left mouse button on any accessible cell on the battlefield to place the character's hologram there. Select an ability or single shot. Okay. You can press here. Ah, and then... Interesting. That's cool. That's new. Let's boost Abelard. Don't think we really need that, but here we go.
On it. You never stood a chance.
At least hitting some things. Here we go.
It will be done.
20, nice. Espiadas. The creature in the chair appears but has become one with its throne. You see pink, parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. The Navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through the dark, gill-like slits on its cheeks. The creature's eyes are shut, the two ordinary eyes, as well as the third one that sits in the center of its forehead. Ooh. A little bit of Nordic flair, right? With this arm. What's the one? What's on the other? You have this blue stuff? And a horn, I think. Is it a horn? Yeah, it is. I believe most of Asperius still lives. Blood flinches at the sight of the stretched skin and the dark marks on the face of the creature. The servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still shields from the war. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive. And Edward gives Abelard a pointed look. Abelard clears his throat. Most of Asperius. The Navigator stirs, barely able to lift his head and half open his normal eyes. A dark drop rolls from under the closed lid of the third eye, and down his face, leaving behind a black trail. Your time is short. The voice is coming from the box grill at the base of the bizarre chair. It is unclear how the Navigator is able to produce a human speech. Our time is short to do what? Suddenly, the Navigator's body starts thrashing in place. It lurches forward, then falls back onto the seat, then thrusts again as its bones crack and its skin tears open. However, the fusion between the body and the chair appears to be stronger than these wild impetuouses. The mutant remains seated, but leans as far forward as he can, his layered raiment slowly turning crimson. The gill slits burst open, forming two hideous, screaming mouth-like pits. Ugh. And I think that's here is also blood. Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn. Idira shrieks in terror. It came from beyond. His body's not his. Idira's scream is echoed by the silent cries in your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the Navigator succumbing to the paroxysms of corruption. And we really do have like a daemon or something inside us? Its march thunders under the burdens of hope. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me. The Navigator continues to convulse violently in his seat, shrieking and cackling, but then his fits stop abruptly. His face is drenched in black and crimson. The dark ooze from under his third eyelid is turned from a trickle into a stream, mixed with the blood coming out of his nose, and there's purplish swelling around the eye. Run! Flee from this place while I still have the strength. Words come out of the box as a labored rattle. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation, leave the warp, but it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help. Who torments you? The Edge. The Navigator starts thrashing about once more, his gill mouth bursting with crazed laughter. Kneel before the ascent of a new champion. When the rite is complete, this shell will burst and thousands of Moors will accept the sacrifice offered to the edge of daybreak by the bringer of twilight, the one marked by the will of the gods. The ascent of a new champion, Also fitting that Conrad wants to become one of those demons. Each word rings through your head like the tolling of a bell, as if countless voices have joined in, screaming into your ears. For a moment, you lose your bearings. This unholy chorus must be trying to confound you with sounds not meant for this world. And Edward addresses his companions. What is this supposed to mean? Right, sacrifice offered. Oh, my heart tell me that Conrad was not deterred by his defeat in the war in Temba. What? Conrad betrayed Lady Theodora? Idira clutches her head. But how is that? How? He was loyal as a dog, and I didn't hear a thing, I swear. Navigator, or rather the thing that is so determined to seize his body, erupts into mocking laughter. The footfalls of the bringer of twilight are veiled by the will of his masters. Tear out your eyes. It's she who is to become the champion's servant, for you need them no longer. She? So not Conrad. Was it just mad babbling? I want to help you. Tell me how. Navigator takes a ragged breath. Run. The sanctum will be sealed. I will hold it off. Hold on and wait for the signal from the Master Helmsman. Then I will commence the translation, so run. Run! Yeah, I think the option to put an end to him would just kill us all. And what addresses Abelard? The Navigator is still alive, but barely so. What do we do now? Seneschal gazes at the figure in the chair. The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge. We will need support. The only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join force of Adalfred and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the service car relayed to us earlier. Idira reaches her hand out toward the Navigator, but pulls back at the last moment. Aspidius, good luck, and thank you. The Navigator does not give her a response. Black tears mixed with the blood are stream from under the closed eyelids, and the vox at the base of the chair is bellowing out static interspersed with distant echoes of otherworldly laughter. Oh gosh, what a horrible end.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Good thing he's alive, so it's not all of us who die. Let's quickly see. Idira also has a laser pistol. Your autogun is less damage, way less damage, more range. You two-handed. We will start with a laser pistol, I think, and see if we will need the autogun later. Psychic staff. Nicer? Nope, your chainsword I think is nicer. Whatever sweep is. Oh. More weapons. Alright. Nicer than your sword? Nope.
Is there money to be made?
Locked door. Okay. I can just exit through this. Officer's deck. Let's hope that Alfred is still alive and kicking.